What's up, Gunpla modelers? This is Strider Prime bringing you another edition of Gundam Customs. Today I'm going to build the O Gundam Type ACD SD kit from the O Gundam animation series. This kit came out at the same time that the R2 version of the Exia SD kit came out, and I think if I don't have the box with me, but I know that if you had the other box here, it'll look this. You'll have a picture, a little wall picture of what the Exia is fighting against the O Gundam in the last episode of the series. This kit I picked up, for those of you who don't know, I picked this up in California when I was on vacation. I got it for a great price of $8.54. Not bad for a kit this size. I've been looking into building it as a quick build, but I said, you know what? I want to custom paint this guy. But I don't know what to do. I was thinking of doing the metallic version again, but as I was perusing the internet and looking at some concept ideas, I said, you know what? Why don't I just paint the rollout colors? Like how it was shown in the episode, actually the first episode of O Gundam, Gundam, yeah. Where Cessna F. Sane saw that mobile suit, saving him from the other mobile suits in the series. And it's the one where it's gray, like a charcoal type gray. I don't know if anybody remembered that. Now there's a high grade version of this kit, both in the colors that you see right now, and this is what I was referring to. I want to paint it like this. To paint it, obviously I need to do a few things here and there. It's pretty much easy to do. It's not that bad. I just need to replace certain colors. First of all, there's not going to be that much yellow, other than the V-fin. The V-fin is going to remain the way it is. And then the body itself, of course, will be a lightly colored gray, while the hands, feet, and then the edges around the shield will be a darker color of gray. And since I'm going to probably use the metallic coating again, I will probably do this. And you guys can complain all you want, but I'm going to do it anyway. All the white is going to be chrome silver. All the red here in the feet and around this will be metallic. Will be gunmetal, while this one will be metallic gray. This and this will be normal red. So I'm going to try that. So with that idea, let's review the contents of this kit and see what we have to work with. Here's a little guy. This thing comes with its own stand, as you can see here. And here's the colors that we're talking about here. Here's the beam rifle and the V-fin. Now this one also comes with the wings. I don't know if it's considered wings or the GN drive thingies that's doing its thing during that first episode that we all remember. I think I'll give this a coat of clear pearl to give it a nice brilliant shine to it. This tray pretty much shows all the white colors, which will be all painted in chrome silver, and then the polycaps. This one, the beam saber, I have a green. I have clear green. As a matter of fact, I can probably make this all chrome silver and then make this clear green to give it that beam saber look to it. Actually, no, it's not clear green. It's going to be... I should have saw that. Hold on a second. it's a neon color. I wonder if I have a neon based color for this. If not, I'm gonna have to go to my local hobby store and pick up the equivalent to that color, so that way I can make it the energy beams as it's trying to fight against Exio. Yeah, as you can, let's review this manual for a second. I'm gonna put these in the stocks, and then look at this. Here's what the kit looks like, of course. There's an awful lot of detail here, especially in this area. I'm going to attempt to panel line some of the parts, especially around here in the vents, along here, because it's going to be all white. I mean, it's going to be all that solid metallic gray. Excuse me, chrome silver. I think I have, if I'm not mistaken, marker, excuse me, the gray panel line marker that I picked up a while back. Should use that to offset this. And here's many of the poses of the mobile suit and scenes from the series. Pretty straightforward here. You have the assembly of the head, the GN drive itself, the body, the arms, the legs, final assembly, and the assembly of the stand. So this is going to be interesting. I'm going to get this done because I actually want to enter this in the New York Comic-Con show that's coming up in October, along with a lot of other kits that I'm planning to build now. So, without further ado, let's begin building O Gundam ACD type. I have to say, the summer heat is killing us. For those of you who live here in the United States, or in any other part of the world, I hope you guys are feeling cool and refreshed. But here, in the eastern seaboard, it is absolutely brutal. Now, the one thing I like about the SD kits now these days is the fact that you don't have to actually use your clippers now. All you need to do is apply a little pressure, like what you're seeing right here, and then it comes out nice and neat. That, of course, is what I've seen on the latest crop of new SD kits. I should buy an old SD kit, something like what I've seen that Prime 92 does, or and I see them in the hobby stores every now and then. See how they fare out. I'm not a big fan of those for some unknown reason, even though I know it is part of the Gundam line. But I should try it one day and give my opinion on it. See, this one has some paneling in here that I want to try with this kit once I finish airbrushing it. I'd also like to take the opportunity to answer a question that somebody asked me. What would be a good starter airbrush to start, using to paint kits? Well, everybody's seen my airbrush, which is an Aztec airbrush. And that was my starter airbrush. And, for those of you who don't know how to airbrush, you may want to look into that. There are those airbrushes that come as like a starter set, which is basically a plastic little tube thing with a button on top, just a single action. It has of course the black tube connected to a cap, which you put on an air compressor type can. Those are like the really cheap ones that you can get. Sometimes I think they sell them for about $20, maybe $30, depending on the hobby store you go to. I think I've seen it here in the States. Obviously, for those of you who don't have a hobby store, you may want to look into going to like craft stores, like what's it called? Jesus Christ, I completely forgot the name of it. I think it's called AC Moore. There you go, AC Moore. And there's another store called Michael's. They sell, they sell arts and crafts for those who like to paint or design or whatever. But surprisingly, they sell models. Basically, the models that they sell over there are the Revell kits, the really, really cheap Revell kits. Large majority of the kits they sell there is cars with the occasional fighter or ship, or I think they even sold a tank, but I don't think that means anything. But of course they sell the paints, so you may want to look into that and get one of those. I think this one I gotta do a little pressure here. There we go. And they sell the I've seen the sets there. Usually it's by the brand of Tester, and Tester is mostly enamel. So you may want to. I'm not a big enamel fan, since I've had various problems with it, nor I can never understand the concept or the mixture. I've always been an acrylic fan, and now I'm trying to move my way up to the lacquer, which I think it's about time I explained to you guys something I didn't realize. And for that, I need an example. Alright. You see this? That's the color. A lot of you may know this, but a few of you may not, so I will just explain to this. This is not an acrylic paint. This is a lacquer paint. I did not know that. I found out, actually, the person who I purchased this was, wait, who's messaging me? Oh, it's Prime92, she's messaging me. Give me a second, I'll be right there. I realized that when I was trying to airbrush it and try to put regular thinner onto my airbrush, the paint started to pool up inside the cup and it wouldn't spray on the paint. And I thought I had a bad paint, or it was past its due or whatever. Turns out, after doing some research, that it was a lacquer-based paint. Even the guy who sold it to me did not know. So I was saying, holy shit! And then it ruined not only my my Aztec airbrush, it also ruined my my Grex airbrush. So I had to talk to somebody, and obviously they say those type of paints cannot be used. This cannot be used with regular Tamiya thinner. You need this. And I actually had to go to another hobby store really far away, and I got this guy, Mr. Color Leveling Thinner, 400, I think 400 milliliters. Cost me $20, but this goes with this. The reason why, and now, hold on, I gotta, hold on a second. Sorry about that. So the reason why is the pigments on this dry extremely fast, and with the Tamiya thinner, it doesn't. It actually, I guess, does it faster. So I was bummed out that I didn't realize this. But I purchased that, and he says to use it on this paint, and it will be fine because the retardant slows down the drying process of the pigments. So now that I know, I now feel more comfortable of using this type of paint again. So that's something for those of you who do not know on this. I'd like to do another video on painting painting techniques and stuff like that. I haven't figured out how I'm going to do it, but eventually when I do, I will cover, just explain to you guys in detail. So that, I am now finishing up removing all the remaining parts of this. Now it's I'm going to clean it up. So, moving on to the next part.